Time now for our chart of the day. Joining us for a breakdown is Rachel Dashiell, Director and Regional Investment Strategist at Charles Schwab. Rachel, it's good to see you. Good to kick off the week with you. All right, let's talk about this chart for Nvidia. It's been a strong performer overall year to date after it got over that turbulent period. I know you've got a 90-day and a 1-year look at this. Let's start out with that 90-day perspective.
Yeah, of course, Diane. I mean, there's a lot to talk about these couple charts here. So, I mean, Nvidia had an incredible run the last few months. I mean, just notching for the first half of this 90-day period, they notched like an 80% gain in just a 3-month period. So for me, I look at this chart and I just think, yeah, it makes sense that it needs to go sideways for a little bit. And that's kind of what we've seen over the second half of this 90-day period, is just like a strong sideways moving trend with this range between, I would say, those all-time highs of around 185, and then looking at support down by like 163, 164, which is kind of right above where it's trading right now. And so if that short-term support breaks, obviously traders will be looking for that next level down, which we'll kind of see in that longer term chart. But it's kind of funny because even looking at the strength of the trend, we saw the ADX over that period. It notched some levels around 50 or so, just showing how extreme that trend is. And now, just because of the force of that recent down move over the last 2 weeks or so, it's again, the ADX is near those strong levels of extreme trend, like right under 40. So we'll just have to kind of see if this support level holds in the short term.
Okay. All right. That's a short-term look. Now let's zoom out and take a look at the 1-year chart and talk to us about the trends you notice.
Of course. So over the longer term, we can see obviously a few more levels that occurred in NVIDIA. So we can see that topping pattern that's taking place. And I say that it's a topping pattern because it's that sideways pattern. I've seen a lot of these, and sometimes they just, like I said before, I mean, sometimes the stock just needs to take a little breather before continuing its move. It had a really strong up move before then, which we can see when it kind of whipsawed around its 50-day moving average and then charged higher there. But we have seen a little bit of break in trend here with this latest touch of support. So we did see its first close on Friday, the close below the 50-day simple moving average. We did kind of see a breakdown a little bit in relative strength, because it's been that relative strength leader versus the information technology sector too. And that's been kind of a trend line that's been broken too. So like we're seeing little fragments of a possible change in trend, but it's right at support, horizontal support right now, 163, 164. If that breaks, traders will probably look to that next level of support, which we kind of saw take place, which was previous resistance earlier this year, right around like 150, 151 or so. So that's kind of where traders will be targeting. But a lot of times it just kind of needs a little bit of a consolidation, a little bit of a breather before continuing its trend further.
Okay. All right. We'll see what happens. Certainly, if it's a little bit of a breather before continuing a trend. Thank you, Rachel. That's Rachel Dashiell, Director and Regional Investment Strategist at Charles Schwab.